I would like to now take this opportunity to welcome on stage my co-host for the day, Ms. Sophie. If you can join me, please, on stage.
Thank you, Mr. Samir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all? Have you been caught by a health disorder or just heard of some new infectious microbe? Or has there been a health warning certificate issued? With such concerns prevalent all over, it's just inevitable that we need a really good healthcare provider. And now, let us see how the traditional methods of providing healthcare can be transformed. May I welcome the Chief Marketing Officer of Meitra Hospital to enlighten us on the same. Please welcome Mr. Krishna Das, MN. Mr. Krishna Das, please.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening to Sharjah 2020. It's a fantastic experience standing here representing the journey of Meitra hospitals. Meitra Hospital is not a 3-decade-old hospital. It is not a 2-decade-old hospital. It is just a hospital in its 31st month of inception. And it's a hospital which has shown the courage and perseverance to transform healthcare in an entire city called Calicut. The journey of Meitra Hospitals has been a journey of 31 months. And incidentally, the journey of Meitra Hospital runs parallel to the journey of Come On Kerala 2020. The first Come On Kerala 2020 happened in Jan 2018, and Meitra did participate in a big way over here, and we were just 6 months old at that point in time. So how do you actually transform healthcare? So when you transform healthcare, you fundamentally look at 4 basic pillars, which essentially are infrastructure, technology, center of excellences, which produce high clinical outcomes, and last but not the least, patient satisfaction and customer experience. So what did Meitra do differently in its inception since 30 months? Let us see through this journey. So what you see on screen is the world-class facility we have at Calicut, a facility designed by TAPI, the world designer, the biggest designer in terms of healthcare infrastructure and facility. It's a 500 beds plant, 52 ICU, 4.5 million square feet facility commissioned in 2017. Currently, we have around 220 beds in operation. So that is what Meitra stands today in its journey at the end of 30 months. The picture that you see in the backdrop shows you the first robotic hybrid Cath lab commissioned in South India at that point in time. The Artist Zigo Cath lab, the third of its kind when it was commissioned. So touching upon technology has been fundamental to the principles and values of Meitra Hospital at Calicut. We also know that infrastructure and technology alone would not be sufficient enough to play a vital role in transforming healthcare, which is the core vision value of Meitra Hospital. It also needs very high ethical standards, excellent patient satisfaction, and clinical outcomes. And that is what Meitra has been striving in its journey at Calicut. This what you see is a presidential suite at Meitra Hospitals. Every visit to a hospital is never a pleasant journey by itself. People come with a lot of complaints, distress, anxiety. And not just the patient, but also the companions and the bystanders as well. Meitra's continuous endeavor has been to ensure a high-class ambience, a good patient experience other than clinical outcomes and patient satisfaction. And what does Meitra actually offer? Meitra actually offers, and what you depict on this particular slide is the presidential suite that Meitra actually offers. The healing experience at Meitra. Our goal is to become the benchmark in Indian healthcare industry. And this coupled along with non-medical facilities, which is very, very critical in today's healthcare, like restaurants, pharmacy, entertainment, and retail outlets. We strive to provide each of them in the last 30 months that we have been at Meitra hospitals. I don't know how many of you in the audience can actually relate to this, barring my teammates over here. This actually represents the individual ICU cubicles that Meitra boasts of. This is the first of its kind in South India, at least to the best of my knowledge. This again is taken from the best practices of transforming healthcare in the Indian healthcare landscape. What does an independent cubicle-based ICU actually provide to your patients? It provides dedicated care, utmost place of compassion, best infection control practices that we can actually offer an undivided attention for each patient. The atmosphere in any ICU is a very distressing phenomena if patients are able to see the trauma and the agony of another patient in the same ICU. We at Meitra, what do we actually try to provide is a cubicle-based practice so that each patient is in an independent cubicle and is being managed and given utmost care by specialized care and staff so that the care is independent and which you don't see in many other hospitals in the Indian healthcare landscape. So this cubicle-based ICU, the world-class infrastructure that we have, the technology-backed excellence that we provide is across the entire specialty continuum of healthcare. We have the following center of excellences: the heart and the vascular care, the neurosciences, bone and joint care, Gastro Sciences, renal health and intervention, which form the center of excellence at Meitra Healthcare, which are then supported by the core supporting specialties across a spectrum of ranging from pulmonology, hematology, ENT, general medicine, emergency medicine, endocrinology, and plastic surgery. So anyone who steps into Meitra, I'm confident, and they can be confident that they would get the entire spectrum of medical facilities which can be made available to people in the districts of Calicut and the neighboring hood of Northern Kerala. We have tried to make a very artistic impression of each of the center of excellences at Meitra Hospital, and this represents the cardiovascular, heart and cardiovascular sciences for us. I'm sure most of you might be wondering, the audience, just by building up infrastructure, building up technology, having world-class doctors, and having a serious commitment for providing quality patient care and customer satisfaction, how do you actually make this kind of care accessible to patients in whichever town that you actually operate? Each of our center of excellence is able to not only manage low-end disorders, but to the very high end of complex disorders in each of the center of excellence. We also make treatment accessible in each of the center of excellence. The rock bed of each center of excellence that we operate works on the fundamental principles of specialty clinics, which look into the specialized need of patients coming in each center of excellence. We also run dedicated outreach clinics where our specialists go and practice the entire continuum of integrated patient healthcare. And when I say integrated patient healthcare, it actually means we try to manage a patient's journey right from awareness, education, screening, detection, OPD management, and then, if required, management at our facility. So that is what we actually stand for. And at this point in time, Meitra Hospital runs 45 plus outreach centers between Kozhikode, Kannur, Taliparamba, Talasheri, etc., which is a significant number for a very young hospital like ours, which is just 32 months. And that is our commitment to transforming healthcare in this particular neighboring region of Northern Kerala. And this is what you would see across the spectrum of center of excellence that we specialize and operate. So as I mentioned earlier, we just don't manage simple day-to-day disorders. In our center of excellence, we manage very complex disorders in the area of heart as well as cardiovascular disorders, ranging from heart failure, cardiac imaging. We do very complex procedures like TAVI, IVUS, etc. in the center. And we also have very specialized clinics, as I mentioned. We have a heart failure clinic in this particular center of excellence. We have a peripheral arterial disease clinic. We have an anticoagulation clinic, 3 specialized clinics we run in this particular department for heart and vascular care. The next center of excellence that Meitra proudly boasts of is the Neuroscience Department. Neuroscience is a combination of neuro from the medicine standpoint and also neuro from the surgical standpoint. It's a combination of the best combination of medical talent that you can actually have in Northern Kerala. And we provide comprehensive care between brain tumor, spine, and peripheral neurological disorders. And this team also integrates very well with our orthopedic center, forming a 24/7 integrated spine care center for ortho and neuro care in Calicut. The next center of excellence that we have at Meitra Hospital is the bone and joint care. A very comprehensive team, which with many first to its credit. The first Smith and Nephew approved arthroscopic clinic belongs to Meitra Hospitals in India, which is a distinct first for itself. And it also has the computer navigated knee replacement system and boasts of the maximum number of knee replacement in the entire state. A very complete team which manages individual lower limb and upper limb replacement system, spinal injury and hip injury separately. And we also have dedicated spine clinics, sports injury clinics, and knee preservation clinics run by this particular team. And between orthopedic and neuro team, they form the comprehensive trauma care support for Meitra Hospital, which is operating 24/7. It's a very comprehensive care that we provide when it comes to emergency and trauma care. Some of the recently introduced Center of Excellences at Meitra Hospital actually revolve around Gastro Sciences. And just like Neurosciences, Gastro Sciences is also a combination of gastroenterology and GI surgery. And this particular department is able to manage the entire system of the gut, from the upper gut as well as the lower gut, ranging from minimally invasive laparoscopic procedures to high-end complex medically management systems, and also able to take the capability to take on cancer of gut, etc. So you can see there's an array of complications that this particular team, the newly team which has come on board around 5 to 6 months back, has been able to manage, ranging right from the upper GI to the lower GI, and supported really by the entire gamut of the surgical team, which is very vital for the existence of the Gastro Sciences team. Last but not the least, yet another new introduction to the Meitra family has been the renal health and intervention system. Renal health and intervention is actually a combination of urology plus nephrology, bringing in the best medical talent available in Northern Kerala for the management of both uro as well as renal disorders. We provide the following renal transplant services, 24/7 dialysis services. We provide peritoneal dialysis and renal biopsy under this Center of Excellence. So having said that, what does Meitra Hospital actually aspire to be after little over 2.5 years of its journey at Calicut? We definitely want to be seen as a player. It's a world-class center for destination for medical value travel, where patients from across the globe come and take treatment for high-end complex procedures, and it's a destination center which actually provides various services in the field of medicine. And all of you are sure that a global healthcare destination actually needs an array of supported services which has to provide the patient and the companions who accompany with them the right kind of comfort and joy, which actually includes a host of services like virtual consultation, which are in the process of starting up, which provide visa and travel support, daily direct flight services in Calicut. We have connectivity to most cities through the whole of Middle East, airport pickup and services, dedicated floor for medical value travel patients, etc., so on and so forth. So what did all this transpire into in the small journey of 30 months? Well, I'm proud to say that we did achieve few accreditations which are very important for a hospital. We have been successfully accredited with NABH accreditation within 2 years of operation with zero non-compliance. Green OT certification, which many hospitals actually aspire for. Green OT certification by Abbott, the leading certification provider for promoting environment-friendly OT structure and processes. It's a very great move, you know. It's a very brave move for a hospital which is just 30 months since inception to go for JC accreditation. Not many hospitals in India would dare to do that. We have started the process for that and will be completed in the year of 2020 itself. And last but not the least, we are also certified by Halal India for halal-friendly services, food and beverage services as well. To do all of this, it requires a very committed, serious, visionary leadership team, which stands by the senior management team, which comprises of me and rest of my colleagues who are right now not over here to consistently guide us, support our perseverance in this journey. And this is the team that actually leads Meitra Hospital. So that is Meitra Hospital in a nutshell of 20 minutes for you, our journey of last 30 months. So I will leave you with a small video clipping which would last for 30 seconds and not more than that of virtual tour of Meitra Hospital. And with that, I end my presentation. I wish you all a very healthy 2020 for the rest of the 11 months. Can we have the AV, please? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello. We just had global healthcare well explained. On behalf of Command Kerala, I would like to call upon Mr. P.M. Saleh, CEO of Madhyamam, to please come up on stage and present our token of appreciation to Mr. Krishna Das. A round of applause, please.